Oh, that's for short. Okay. Okay, happy Sunday. Today is sewing Sunday, Saturday, Saturday sewing, Sunday sewing. So I'm just getting myself on here. Trying to. So, if you've watched my previous videos, you would have seen me try this dress form onto my this cover onto my dress form. I'm going to keep the old cover on because there's some padding, and I don't know why I took the padding out, but trying to figure out how to get the padding on here with this cover. And then I was like, oh, I'll just fold it down like a banana and I can pack this in. But I think I might have to come up just a little bit more. And I have my tape measure, so I figure out where I'm at. So I have these dress form, these pillows that I've been sitting on for a number of years that I have not used. So I'm going to use a combination of loose fluff and a sheet of cotton batting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to see if this works. Oh, I'm trying to get it in here, and then maybe I can smooth it out. Oh my gosh, I feel like what is called visceral fat. I feel like I'm really duplicating the craziness going on in my gut. Oh Lord, I don't know if this is going to work out. All I can do is try, and try, and then if it doesn't work out, do something different. So I don't have, a lot of back fat. I don't have just all here in the front, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. This pin up. I might not even have to use the flat bagging. This works. Alright, sitting down is not working. Oh my. Oh. Oh. What am I doing to myself? Girl. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh yeah. I feel like the side here is a little too much. I hope my camera's still in view. It is. Oh, it's so dark. Oh, my. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Now, let me check my bust. just gonna keep my old cover on here. Zip her up in the back. And so I made a video and I released it last night about how I copied my arm, and I thought this padding was going to take me more time. There. Okay, I like her. And so that's it. So I guess while, excuse me. So I'm going to I need to make a cover for the bottom, the arms, and the neck, but I also have the sleeve. Let me show you the sleeve that I did, the result of the sleeve. Here it is. There's my sleeve. So I guess I'll have to change the title of this video. Let me get my... So I need to do the bottom. I got the sleeves. What shall I do? What should I do? I didn't know that was going to be that fast. That's it. Okay. So I guess what I will do is start the next journey and go ahead and make this bottom. Or should I start the sleeve? I'll do the sleeve. I know I'm all over the place. But so doing something different with the sleeve. I molded my arm, but now, let me move this in. I actually downloaded a pattern off of Etsy for the sleeve. Just so, because I was trying to figure out how to cut this up to make the dress form sleeve, and I was actually drafting a pattern. So this is a sloper for the sleeve, and then I realized, well, I don't need a sloper right now for the sleeve. I need my actual arm. So and because I've never drafted an actual arm as much as I have drafted a bodice, I said I'm in uncharted territory for my skills. So I downloaded a PDF pattern. So I downloaded a PDF pattern, and I'm going to use my arm as the sample. Excuse me. Did you see my arm? I didn't show you my arm after I cut it off.
Oh, you cut your arm off?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get that.
I know. I did. Look at that.
Where's the other one?
We wrapped up one arm.
I ain't know if you did another arm before. I don't know how this stuff works.
Just the one arm.
You're not gonna be cutting your arm.
Yeah, I did not film the rest of me cutting it off because I don't want to be promoting dangerous practices.
What are you talking about? What dangerous practice?
How I got that arm off. I didn't film.
You said you wanted to do it because you
No.
thought I was gonna cut you.
Yeah, and I did, and I was like, I don't even trust myself.
Oh.
So here I have the arm pattern. So what I'm going to, it's a PDF pattern. I've never worked with a PDF. Some people hate it. I enjoy it. I don't mind. But the first thing that I like to do is extend. Hold on. I don't want to get anyone dizzy, but I'm going to move the camera again just to get a better view. It's like you can, hold on, you can just look over my shoulder, and I also can see the screen. So before I tape my PDF patterns together, I like to extend the lines so I can cut off this. I can cut this off. So I like to cut off the top and cut off the side. And I think my chopper can get through this. So this way I can line up the line up there with that blade up there, and then I can line this bottom line up at the bottom here and chop it off. Now I'll do the top. All right, I need my tape. Okay. Looking for the numbers. What the heck? I thought I had these in order. Four. Okay. That is how they get laid out. So now I will use tape. So I'm going to use this to make my, God darn it, where are we? Something's not right here. All right, I really thought that I had everything in order, and I didn't. Okay, check this arm out. So this is the front of the arm. Lord, hope I don't get not getting a cold. Then for the back, I use, excuse me, my word. Masking tape, I believe. I've not used that word in a long time. Masking tape. So here's the front. And the reason why I tape the back of the pattern is because when you start moving the pattern around, it can get caught. It can get caught on, you know, a ruler, scissors, and next thing you know, your pattern rips. Ask me how I know. I've done all the crazy things. Okay. Tape this up in the back. Okay, so now I will cut out the pattern. So I am doing, excuse me, yeah, words, checking the size. I think it was my bicep, finished bicep. So we're doing size 18, which is the largest size. So this is this is not a sleeve. This is not something that you would make a sleeve out of. This is making a mold or a double for my arm. Gotta make sure that I'm looking at the right, onto the right side. Ah! There we go. And then whenever start sewing up a storm, I haven't made like a full outfit for myself in it's probably like almost a year. I made little things for myself. I've done a lot of sewing, but not worked with any. I've not made a dress. I've not made a shirt. I've not made anything. And I'm real bummed. Okay, so this line right here is going to the outside. Okay. I'm going to start this right here because this line right here is coming out, out here to the outside. And then it goes to the middle. So there's 3 sizes for this pattern. The Etsy site is called Tool Fully, like Tool and Fully, TOOLFULLY. You could download the pattern. It was like $3 and some change. And then she also has a YouTube video to sew it together. I love supporting small businesses in the sewing arena. There was a time that I just didn't get it, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go buy whatever I need from Joann's. But as I started to continue sewing, you start to see why there are these independent patterns, and I love them. I love them. All right, so that is the sleeve, the arm, the front of the arm. And so now it is cutting. So to close out the top of the arm, I'm going to put this circle piece there. Lots of notches to match up the top. I'm going to call this a big cap. And then to close up the arm at the bottom is this little cap. And there's something else. Oh, bummer. And there was a piece. Why did I cut this? This is the tab that allows you to hang the arm off of the dress form. I cut it in half for some reason. Oh. Not in half, I just cut it. So I'm going, here's the bottom. So there are a total of 5 pieces. I'm going to put my small pieces aside. Now I'm back to my arm here. And so why I printed the pattern out is because when I was looking at my arm, I realized that I don't know where to make these cuts. So I cut the I cut this off of my arm on the inside, but I'm pretty sure it's not symmetrical. And I did not show how to cut this because, as I was telling my husband, I do not want to be out here promoting dangerous activities. So it took me a long time to get it off because I had to be very careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this back up. I don't know if I should tape it back up, but I'm going to tape it back up. Ring is getting caught. There we go. So this is my actual arm that I made a mold out of. Maybe I did it because I watched the new Frankenstein. I'm and even somewhere. Crab puppies, hold up. I watched the new Frankenstein movie last night, and now here I am. Then I went downstairs and was like, oh, I'm going to cast my arm. So I'm taking the tape off because I see that I'm not even down here. And I know that I know my, shoot. Keep and tape. I know that this was even. Oh my goodness, now. Come on, come on. Here we go. All right. Trying to get this, so I'll put some tape on here and then bring it up to the fold. So I'll grab the bottom here and then bring this up. So I'll grab and there we go. That's better. And then I take this and I'm going to match up seam. And I purposely kept my arm bent because I wanted to see what happened. I also thought about just using this as the arm for my dress form. But then knowing me, after a couple of months, just seeing the duct tape would have just started to get on my nerves. There we go. I don't know how I started this wrong. Okay. And one more piece. Okay. So here is the arm, and here is the pattern pieces. So I need to reconcile. Well, I don't know. There's no reconciliation. Oh, got all this brown stuff. Okay. So this is the under part of the arm. And so this is the under part of my arm. So I'm thinking that I guess this would have to go under here, right? That's what I'm thinking. And then come down here. Oh, so I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the arm in the fabric, and then I'm going to slide my sleeve in there. Let's do that. Just ironing my fabric. I wasn't planning on doing this now, but since I'm here, let me get these wrinkles out. Okay. And this here is the grain. Got more wrinkles in here. Okay. I'm only doing one arm. Let's check the grain line here. Okay, I'm going to pin these down. I'm going to get my rotary cutter. Ah. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Don't judge me about my rotary cutter. Like I use, well, it's not my rotary cutter. It's my table. And my table has so many little divots in it. That's why you see, if you were here, you would see like the little brown flakes all over my my arm model. And so you don't have a smooth surface to cut on. You're not going to get um, smooth cut from the rotary cutter, unfortunately. And then what I can't cut with the rotary cutter or the scissors, and I trace out because I can't get that angle. So then I cut the rest off here. Yeah. Oh, I don't know where this ends. Right here. Ah. And I got to put the notches in there. And now to this piece here. All right, let's get to this corner. Okay. Yeah, and making those round turns on that gash in there. Just pop in these threads all the way around. Now cutting. Okay. Next step. Next step here. We have our pieces here. Hold on. This is, I gotta make sure. All right. Let's mark some. Gotta mark the notches. Okay. And then there's the L. Oh, let me do the notches first. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and mark the side notch here. And there's one down here. And then there is a whole party of notches here. Oh, and then there's one on the inside here. So I don't get this side mixed up. This is going to be the back. Always good idea to know your weaknesses. And mine is I will sew a sleeve on backwards like it's nobody's business. All right, we have a notch right here. have a notch right here. And check this. We got the double notch right here, and then we have this here. Let me check this again. So now I have to draw in the gray line. So what I'm going to do is line these up. So then while I am here, I'm going to reach my arm over here. That one. And then up here, we'll go right here. Get this lined up again. I wish I had like those huge pieces of tracing paper. I would love that. Okay. So that arm is done. Let's do this arm. Am I in? Make sure that I'm in camera. Okay, here we go. So, slide this under here. Oh, and we got to do this cross area right here. Oh, go this way like this. And reaching up. There we go. Woo, woo, woo. So I have those pieces. Let me go ahead. Yeah, let me go. I'm going to go ahead and sew these. So I'm going to take you for a ride. Pull my cord over. retouch on. Hold up. We don't need a retouch on. Okay. Give me some light here. So the first thing I have to do is stitch the contrasting thread. So I'm thinking, hold on, no, I'm not doing that yet. I'm gonna do this again. This is my first time sewing something like this, and so I just want to play around with it. So I'm not going to make it a permanent one, because the actual one is going to be made out of the fabric that's on the current dress form, and I am probably going to pad it in addition to stuffing it. We'll see. So just to go through the steps, because when I do the actual one, I'm not going to film it because I want to take my time. Just to make sure that I have, I don't even have to stitch up these lines because I can make sure. And I'm not going to do it in different fabric. I'm not going to do it. So here's the right sides of this, the right sides of this. So I'm going to I'm just going to hold it here. Oh, seam allowance. I don't even know what the seam allowance is. So I am looking, it's probably going to be 2 centimeters, but I am not sure. Stitch front 4 to 6, open front seam on about 10 or 4 to 6 inches closed. Damn, I don't even know. It doesn't even say. Okay, I do not see a seam allowance, so I am going to go with 2 centimeters, the rest, which is probably 3/8 of an inch. Let me just check this. One, two. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with 3/8 of an inch. Actually, it's less than 3/8 of an inch. And I'm already sewing off. What happened? So got this lined up, but down here is where we're a little off. That's fine. So now I'm going to sew this side. Let me get these matched up. Start here in the middle. Let me go get my arm. Turn this right side out. Where's that elbow at? Okay, so now that I have this, now I can see kind of where things lie with my arm, because the white, this one is mine, and now I'm looking under here, and yes, I see what I want to do. I'm looking at my elbow. Okay. So I should, ouch. Let me sew up the bottom here. Let me put my actual arm in here. This is the longest one. Okay. Okay. That's it. My elbow. So I'm going to, okay, that's, I think my elbow's there. There's my elbow, is that where the line is? Okay. All right, Toolfully, you did your thing. So I'm going to use this to let me get my freaking arm out. Oh, this is good. I'm not going to make any changes to this at all. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use this to cut up my arm, so then I can go ahead and make a pattern for this. So the only difference between this pattern and my arm is that this is low. So I want to raise this up because I know where I like my armholes to be. Okay. So now I need to make the real one like this. So I'm going back to the table. Yes, see my table. This is more, I don't even call this my sewing studio. I just call it my sewing room because it definitely is more of a workshop than like a designer studio. I was thinking about that, like, oh, I should like do reels and stuff like that, but I let the app make it do it on its own. I'm not interested in doing that. I think, reels, that quick hit, it doesn't really teach you how to get better at sewing. It gives you tips and tricks, but you're not doing sewing. And so, and I find when I go live, the video is what it is. There's no, I don't edit it. It's what it is, and that's it. And you get all of me. All right, so now that I like this pattern, now I am going to make it for my dress form, who is, there's this little ripple here, but she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Make the dress form arms. I don't even know why I bought this fabric, but I don't even know where I was. So let me mark a spot where I can cut off what I need. We're going to make that spot right here. Fold this in half. Oh, I feel like I'm not showing everything. Let's not. Oh, there. I think that is showing everything. Okay. Shall I make two? Or should I do one? I'll do one. No. Let's do two. Why not? So first I'm going to make sure that I have my grain line. I'm going to get everything matched up. I'll put that up there. I got my 2 pieces. Oh, do I have enough room? I don't have enough room. Maybe, what if I go this way? I think I have enough room. sort it over here. So all my replay viewers, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Oh, I must make this too short. Almost. Wow. Get some more pattern weights. I don't know where they are. Right. I'll start with the big one. Get over there. There we go. Now I'll start with this one. So I do, this is why I'm cutting it like this, is because this fold right here is pulling, and so I like to get that fold out of the way so that the both pieces of fabric can relax. So it's like removing tension. It's removing tension so that everything is lying flat. We're not going to have any problems. So we don't want any problems. Right. Now that everything is flat, where's my paper? Just move it a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go down the inside here. So when I made the practice, when I did the first one, I know people were like, it's such a waste of time. And I do it because sometimes I just don't trust numbers. I know it's all math, but sometimes I make big mistakes. And I'd rather do something several times than to do it once and get it wrong. When I'm looking for my small rotary cutter, where the heck? I do not see her. Okay. And also with me, sometimes it's just the joy of making something. Right, so now I gotta get my snips. Ow! So now I'm going to properly put my snips in here. Let me get this out of the way. Ow. When I meticulously try to cut, when I cut like this, I feel like I'm Dr. Pimple Popper when she removes those cysts. She gives them the little snips. So while that is down, I'm going to do my so I have my folder of carbon paper. So I'm going to put so I just have to go this. And I'm gonna lift it up. Make it long ways. So now you gotta make sure you get everything lined back up. Tracing wheel. Tracing wheel. Oh, right here. I'm gonna trace this one too. There we go. Let's go into this side right here. Oh, I can see where my pressure was giving up. Did I do this cross one here? I don't remember. I think I did. Oh, what happened? Oh, I must have went through the proper layers. Got to change the name of this video. I know it said padding on my dress form, but I did it. So now I'm working on making some arms for my dress form. All right, so there's the undersleeve. Let's go over here. Let's go down this side. Let me see if I'm in view. Yeah. To those watching, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my replay viewers. Thank you if you have not already. If you're interested in just following my journey, please subscribe. So my goal is that once I have this dress form the way that I want it, I need to kick up my sewing. Problem I was running into is that you know, Joann's is closed, so I don't know if there's going to be access to those, you know, 99-cent patterns. And so I am learning how to draft my own patterns, and the tools that I felt that I needed was a dress form. It's padded out like me, and slopers. All right, I gotta reach down here. So sloping, using the slopers to create patterns on paper for myself, and then my dress form padded out like me so that I can do some draping. All right, so I'm going to mark my notches. One here, 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 here. All right, now I got to still do the notches at the bottom, but before that, let me get my lines drawn in. And across. Get in between these. Went off. Trying to get, slide this down. I went across here, I went across here. Okay, and I caught my notches. Okay. What happened? What did I not do? What did I not do? I do not know what happened to my lines. I don't even know. No, I'm not strong in my right arm, but I know I threw off some line. All right. So the instructions are to, what's the word? You're going to sew along this grain line. Oh, I freaking copied the wrong line. Let me do it this way so I can see. It's supposed to be this line. Hold up. God dang it. I knew it. I'm like, something's not right. And then this bottom line right here. Let me go down here. Around here, let me put some notches. 1, 2, 3. All right. So it's, I don't know. Maybe the carbon lines will go away eventually. I don't know, but I'm going to still stitch over them. Go ahead gonna put these notches in here. Okay. Now we let me get my desk together. Oh, everything is a mess. Okay. So about when my table gets messy, I used to be concerned about that. And then one day I was watching, not one day, I took a tailoring class online, and the guy was, you know, really good. And I saw his workroom. Oh, it was a mess. I was like, oh, okay. I got time to make things clean. I wish I could, but I don't. So now I am going to pad out my arms just like I did for the body, the bodice. And what I did was I used some basting spray. So first I'm going to see what areas I'm going to be laying out. It's nice and flat. Okay. Check basting spray. This piece got a fold in it. Sometimes you might want to pin something to a sleeve, right? Cut this. Not with those scissors. Where is it? Make sure there's no tape measures under there, because that's how I've cut them. laying on the table, and I'm just cutting away. Next thing I know, my tape measure is ruined. Okay. And now I will cut this one off. Look at space in between there. All right. Now I go back to the table. Okay. So I just loop basting stitch all around just to keep it together. This part is not required, but it's fun for me. I like it. Relaxing. I'm gonna go over, just go back. All right. 1 down and 3 to go. I don't. Okay, we're going to start with this one here. Cut off this one. While I'm cutting her, I will cut her 2 sides instead of cutting twice. You love me. So look, you can see that's why I put that basting spray, so that I can move these around. I'm going to cut this one nice and straight. Okay. Oop, didn't have the needle up. Sometimes the glue can make things a little weird to cut, but let's keep going. All right, that's my last piece. I make sure that I got enough. Yep. I'm going to start right here. Give her priority here. I'm a little off on this one. My spacing. One, two, three, four. All right, so now we'll trim them and sew them together. Get past all this glue. So the reason why I'm using why I like the batting versus just the fluff is because I'm going to get a nice, I want a nice smooth surface, and I don't want the batting stuffing. I don't want that to cause like lumps and dips. So I'm still gonna put the batting stuffing in there, but I don't have to. Hopefully, that's the goal. I'm just I just made all this up in my head, and it's just a culmination of a lot of things that I've seen, and then finally getting to a point or realizing, hey, I want to do something. I need something, and let me go ahead and create it. So here's one.
Chef said everything should be ready around 3.
Okay. So right here. I think I forgot. I gotta find out what pattern, which side is which. Let's see if I can check my notches. So I'd be interested if anyone watching this, have you done something like this before? Because I know I'm definitely not the first, because everybody doesn't put their stuff on the internet. But I'm interested. There we go. So that piece is I am enjoying this. I do enjoy this. I feel like if I was making dress form covers, custom dress form covers for people all day, I would be content. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. I'll do that. But the thing is, advertising, getting business is a challenge. So I like the way the things are now, but I get my email every other day, every 2-3 days. It's someone wanting to help you show up at the top of on the first page of Google, help you get this many followers, and all that's their business. And the sassy part of me is saying, well, if you are doing so well, or you claim that you can help me improve traffic to my website to get more business, then why are you emailing me? Go work on your website and do whatever you think it needs to do to attract and draw more business. That's the sassy part of me. And right now, I send emails out to my mailing list just to say, hey, there's a class coming, or I really did this cool thing. I don't spam them and bombard them with stuff that they can just find on their own. But I'm okay. I'm okay. Of course, I would like to right now. All of my group sewing classes are through other agencies. They host it. They give me this. They give me the space. They communicate it to their constituents I just want to have to make sure, because it goes like this. I just want to make sure that I got the right one. You've got the right step up. Where's my notches? One. Wonder. All right, and this one is turning that way. This one is turning this way, and this one is turning under here this way. Now I don't need the patterns. Patterns go in my pattern pile. So here are the pieces. Here are the pieces. Okay. Okay. Just trying to get my bearings. There we go. Then this one goes on that arm. Woo! So where was I? Yeah. It's the whole, hey, pay me to help, you know, so you can get more traffic. But meanwhile, you're bombarding my inbox. So that's how I view that, and it pins. And so, because I will pay, you know, if there's something that I really need to know, that I want to know, I will pay for it. But if I felt like, oh, I wish I knew how to do such and such better, but yeah, I just don't like the whole hit me up in my inbox thing. I don't know why. I don't know why this is not maybe I gotta ease that stitch in. Just trying to match up those lines. Okay. Okay, match. So I think maybe this has to be eased in. Then this goes down here like that. All right, 3/8 of an inch, or under 3/8 of an inch. 2 centimeters. That's what I'm doing. I need to do some easing in, get that nice and smooth. Okay. All right. Okay. So I stopped stitching there because I have to ease this in, and it's easier for me to ease in when the longer piece is on the bottom. And that way I can hold this. So now I'm going to do my easing. You can do it. My stitch is all off. I know that is not. I might have to go down that line again because I think I wobbled some. Let me look. Yeah, this is, I wobbled right there. Okay. So I'm going to go down that one more time with my stick. I wasn't good on that seam allowance. All right, that's better. Yeah. There is the arm. Oh, got some. This was trying to ease it in. It's okay. It's okay. All right. I don't know if I'm in frame. Okay. So now I'm going to find my seams and line them up and slide over. Even though I put notches in here, I can't find them. They're somewhere. I'm going to start at the bottom. And so I'm going to find this middle line. This is the elbow. So what I just did is when I'm looking at this, I have slightly more on the top than I have at the bottom. And so what I did was I matched that, took this and I turned it. It's just going to help me find, divide up those, then I only have to worry about each little section. It's the same way sometimes I set in my sleeve. I don't twist it, but just getting a section, pinning it in a half. I learned that. I can't remember where I learned it now. I'm going to do this side over here. This side is much, much, much wider. So we'll still do the halves. And I'll slide this in to get to the half. Stab it. And take it down. Hold it down. Something lessons in physics. Just easing. I should have done this with the other sleeve. We'll see if I end up with less wrinkles. Not wrinkles, but that's the word I'm looking for. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Tucks, pleats. All right, I'm gonna leave that one in there. Pin this one out. So going back to paying for website SEO optimization, YouTube I get those emails too. We can get more people to watch your videos. It's all fine. It's all fine that's their business, but I am a small town girl living in a big world. Yeah, I just sewed over pins. Sorry. I shouldn't, because I've broken plenty of needles. some easing, so I'm gonna massage that. My pen. My pen. Give me my pen. So I think like if I ever got to a point where I was going to do like online or virtual, like a lot of online or virtual classes, then maybe, yeah, search engine optimization would be vital. But right now, I teach locally, I teach private students, and I have a nice balance, work-life balance, because I still do work in corporate America. This works for me. I mean, who wouldn't want thousands and thousands of people to watch their videos? But no, I got more tucks. I tried. Let me see if that's is this livable? Is this livable? Oh, there's a lot more in this one. I tried. And I honestly think it had to do with my cutting. I think. Suit. Oh. Hello, Susie. How are you? If you're still here. So I'm looking at this areas. So it didn't look like I put a. Tuck. A little tuck in there. Oh, you know what? I should have done a smaller stitch. Maybe that's it. I'm giving all kinds of reasons for my issues. All right. Let's see what that did. Much better. Yay. Okay. Let's fix all this craziness up here. Oh. From here to here, we're gonna do that. Okay. Maybe it was the stitch length. All I know is it wasn't me. Trying to ease this up in this piece. Yeah, in my head, sewing faster. It works. It works. Okay. All right. There's still some in there, but guess what? It's gonna stay in there because it's dress form. Okay. So now we sew up. I sew up the other end. I'm going to match up. Try to match up my my balance lines. Oh shoot! Why is that all the way up there? See, it was me. It was me and them damn lines because they're not even lining up right here. Golly. All right. I forgot to sew. So I don't know if these lines are if this line is gonna disappear after a while. So I'm gonna stitch over it. This is my grain line. That sounded good. So I got, this is a major discrepancy right here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going straight over. And I ended up where I needed to end up. Open up my seam. Okay. All right. Now I will line up the corners. I often thought about how I wish I had started sewing when I was younger. But when I reflect back on like the circumstances, maybe I would have had to learn how to do more upcycling, but I don't know if I would have been confident enough to do that. I know my personality back then. I wasn't outgoing at all. It's like I had a core group of friends, and I rolled with who I rolled. But the thing is, I didn't roll over. I was about to go nowhere. So I think about like if I had started sewing back then, I would not have had money to get fabric, to get thread. And so I guess it all worked out in the end. So I tried to teach my daughters. They're like, nope, not interested. They're all about buying stuff from Shein. I call them toxic garments because I've smelt those things when they open up those package, and a couple of times I've had to like re-sew some of them, like because as soon as they like took them out the bag, they're like, yeah, this looks like it's gonna rip open. Okay. Ow. There we go. Yeah. See, my balance line right here is, oh, I forgot to do the grain line on there, but I don't care. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this other one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they like that Sheen stuff. And some of the stuff is cute though. I ain't gonna lie. Like when they come over, and I see, I'm not even stitching straight. When they come over and I see the outfits they have on, I'm like, oh, where'd you get that? Sheen. They are super cute. So I think that line was, remember I messed up on this one. I think that happened over there too. I just didn't catch it to fix it. What am I seeing? And then my one daughter, she orders shoes and the boots that she orders, and then I look at them, I'm like, wait a minute, you don't think I wanted a pair of those? You couldn't buy me a pair? I would reimburse them. Yeah, this one is better. I don't know what happened on that other sleeve. I was too busy talking. But yeah, buy me. I like boots, but online shopping is still an area that I have not delved into. I buy some things like Etsy, Amazon, some sewing sites. So I buy patterns, stitch to stitch. I'll pay for class. I'll do sewing classes online. Yes, as someone who teaches people to sew, I still take sewing classes. So I am I'm in a class right now, and I do love the flexibility that I can do it at my own pace whenever I want. Sometimes I'll watch a video while I'm getting ready for bed. Um, but there are some people who need face to face and able to ask questions. So that's why I teach locally for people who are like, they want to see it done, they want to ask questions, they want to get feedback. There we go. And the other sleeve is done. Not sleeve, this is an arm. Okay. Let me look at that. Let's see what we have here. One arm, another arm. Figure out why things feel okay. There they go. Yeah, this was the right line right here. This was the wrong line. So this is the actual balance line, which is, yeah. But, or is it? No, this is the right one. This is the wrong one. Oh, I'm confused myself. So now I have to do the caps. Where are the pieces? All right, I don't think I cut the fabric out for my caps. I don't think I did. So I have to do that now. So I'm gonna find a green line. Just need a little. Oh, this pattern is, oh, it's not a, it's an indie pattern. It's still an indie pattern, but it's not from the UK. I think she's Canadian. Because there is, I believe this is French on here. Okay. Turn around every time I think I get a little bit lonely. Turn around. There we go. Notch here. And a notch here. And then I need 2 big ones. There we go. Match up my green is going this way. I don't make sure that I'm not going to make sure that the grain is on point. Again, if this is something I made for somebody else, I would do that. But since it's for me, we are about getting it done. Get it done versus getting perfect. Those watching, thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with me. To the replay viewers, thank you. I always appreciate your support. Oh. So if you hear me say ow here and there, it's because I have tennis elbow. I don't know the actual technical name for it, ow. But I keep ringing. It's like my son told me he had it, my oldest son, and he says that I need to get a instead of the brace that I have on my arm, because when I can't bend my arm when I wear it. He told me I need to get a sleeve, and then I can wear it all the time. So I have to do that, because who knew I could freaking hurt myself like that from crocheting. I got tennis elbow from freaking crocheting. I was speed crocheting, trying to get something done for his birthday. All right, let's see how we're gonna sit these here. We're gonna, ooh, we're gonna do a big one. We're gonna do a big one and a little one. Patterns over there. And also, after I'm sewing it and I tear my room up, my sewing room up, then comes the cleaning. And I enjoy that too. Gives me an opportunity to do some purging, because you don't do it. Because I tend to not want to throw a lot of things away. And then Stephen Covey, a book that I read back in the 90s, I think it was like 95. Begin with the end in mind. My husband doesn't like it because what I do is I look at kind of like everything I have going on in this room, like my clothes. I go through my closet and I get rid of stuff. And so my mom died 4 years ago, and cleaning up her apartment, it was brutal. There was just so many things, and that to just not even give away, but things that she would see and get that she didn't need. Like, this woman had wicker baskets, the wicker baskets that people used to like hang on a wall in your family room, and she couldn't do that where she lived, but just having to just get rid of so much stuff. And it was what?
Milton's putting an offering on the house.
Okay. Um, it was what was I saying? Yeah, it was a very hard thing to do, and oh, lost all my notches, and I didn't like doing it, and it was just so, it was one thing to have to like donate some things, but then there was like just a lot of stuff that I threw away, and I just thought about my end, and I'm like, you know, your kids, that somebody got to take care of all that stuff after you're gone. My husband hates when I think like that, but I do, and so I try to like keep things tidy so that if it ever comes that okay, something has to be thrown away, like everything's tidy. Like if I don't need it, if I haven't used it in 2 years, then it has to go. I don't know. Maybe it's morbid. Maybe that's morbid thinking. I don't know. All I know is that I'm stuck on the glue. I had to do it, and it was painful. There's some things that she bought, so she lived in a senior citizens disability apartment complex, and her apartment was right across from the community room. And in the community room, there was a table where people could donate stuff that they didn't want anymore. It could be anything: pots, pans, glasses, dishes, baskets. Guess what my mom would do? She grabbed all of it. She was stashing it in her apartment. So as I'm cleaning things, I'm finding all this stuff. And there was just times I remember just being upset, and I guess it impacted me to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do that to my kids. So we just finished it. So my sewing room is in my basement, and on the other side of this wall in front of me is the actual storage for the basement. So yesterday I spent like 3 weekends just going through everything back there and throwing away what needed to be thrown away, donating things, and then things that needed to be kept. Bought some new totes to put it in. So like all my kids they have their own tote, and it holds just some things from their childhood. Like there's one big tote that has like all the childhood toys, but then there's another tote that's each for them. So it has some of their school projects. I need this back. Has some of their school projects, and where did this go? Right here. Hold on. Right here. What was I saying? Yeah, some of the school projects, some of their artwork, things that they made in their first like ceramics class. My one daughter, she did draw. She's a really good drawing, and so saving her artwork. She doesn't want a career in drawing, even though she's amazing. And so let me make sure that I get these. There we go. Okay, and then this one. Oh, it's already under there. Okay. All right. So I will do. Oh! I gotta put the caps on. I gotta leave the opening in here. I'll open it. I'll do that later. I'm like, so begin with the end in mind. I live my life the way I want people to remember it. I like to be goofy. I don't want people to say, oh, she was so funny. Even though some of her jokes were so corny and at least she laughed at them. That is fine with me. Because that's, oh, here we go. Because that is in itself still quality. Where is it at? Alright, this is one notch, this is two notches. This is one notch. This is two notches. Hardworking, determined, passionate, adventurous. Those are all the things. Speaking of adventurous, why can't I find an adventurous pin who wants to play right? There we go. And then the single notch goes over here. So that's how I live my life. Like, you can't don't be just being nasty with people. It's just not a good way. Okay. I know she has instructions for how this goes around, but I'm just going to do my own thing. I wish more people began with the end in mind. Maybe it wouldn't be such a struggle place, just struggling to just live. I think I'm doing it, y'all. I think I'm getting there. Come back to this other side. Begin with the end in mind. And so I started sewing because I wanted to just, I needed a hobby. At the time, I wanted a hobby. I didn't have one. So I started sewing. I went to a calligraphy class, seeing if that was something that I would be interested in. And I didn't stick with it, but to know where people, you know, the instructor, this was an in-person class. So the problem I'm running into is that I got more in my, oh, I'm supposed to sew a sleeve head onto this. Damn it. So what was I saying? Went to the calligraphy class, and just to hear the instructor her story, and it was like, no, she found it was something that she had a passion for, and she was like, and I like this so much, and I make good money from it. I want to teach other people how to do it. And, you know, and there was another couple, they were in there, like, they're like, yeah, we're trying to like start our own business doing, you know, imitations and doing calligraphy work. And so I was just there for the fun of it. But it had me really looking at my, it really had me looking at my sewing. And I'm like, you know what? I like sewing so much. I like it a lot. And then I'm like, why don't other people sew? All right. I cut these strips off right here. I'm just gonna stitch this on. I was supposed to stitch this on first before I put this cap on. So I'm going to sew this in 2 stages. Main camera. Hello, party people. Thank you for stopping by on this Sunday afternoon. Get away from me. Wait. Oh my God. Where's my instructions? Here's this triangle piece. I think this needs to go on. Yes. Okay. Okay. See, I'm busy talking, and I'm like, something's missing. And first it was a sleeve cap, and then I'm thinking, something else is missing. It is the tab that is going to be used to pin the sleeve to the dress form. There's a triangle. Let me open this up. All right. I need freaking new seam rippers. Okay. So I'm just going to pin this off to the side. I want to undo that. But there is this triangle piece right here. And I need 4 of them. I'm not going to put batting on it, but here's, I need the grain line. Slide this up just a little bit. I know it's missing something. I'm like, I remember thinking, how can I make an arm for my dress form? And I remember seeing like the tab, that there was this tab that they used to pin so that the arm can lay off, the side of the dress form. I'm just getting everything lined up. Trying to use up all my scrap because I got to do 4. So I'm trying to pin in 4 pieces of fabric together. It's the lazy road. I need one more piece. Okay. just use this. All right, so I'm going to cut 5. We'll see which 2 I'm going to use. All right. So I'm just using the selvage to make sure that I'm on some type of a grain. Traveling on. Ow. All right, we got 5 triangles for the arm. Now I'm going to put my circle over here. Put all this on the floor. Let's get back. Make sure I'm in view. All right, so the triangle piece. So there is no right or wrong side to this fabric, but I am going to look to see what I have here. So I think the one on the top is going to be the one that's not used. All right. So I'm going to sew these. Let me look at here. Hold up. How do these get sewn together? Oh, did I cut them out wrong? Piece C. Cut 2. C. Looking. I don't know what this is saying. It says sew both C pieces together on one small side. One small side. I knew that was going to eat it up. Okay. On one small side, send the seam allowance on one side and top stitch on the right side. Oh, my needle's getting bad. Feel it. Okay. Sew the other small side. What is this? I was gonna say this is weird, but no, I've just not done this before. losing it. Oh, I lost it. Oh. Press, then turn it to the right side. Why would I? Press and then to prepare. Hold on. Press, then do the top stitch. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. So the top stitch that they're talking about is down the middle. This is where I lost it. I'm not going to back stitch. I'm going to hold this flat. Now I'll do the top stitch down here. Alright, for this area here, I'm going to pull my thread through. Trying to figure out what's going to be in my front. That was just weird. I don't know why I did that. And I'm going to tie this. So this is the under, this is going to be the bottom where I'm tying this top stitching. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, and one more for a good measure. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand this top stitch. I don't know, but let me do this other one. I'm not going to top stitch that other side. I did not get that at all. I'm just going to see what happens if I take a stitch all the way down. Trim the corner. Yeah, I like that better. I'm not gonna do this one. It's this. I'm gonna look at this forever and be like, what is wrong with this thing? Yeah, I like this one. Let me go press these. All right, look at that. Look at that. Let me see if I can show you this one here versus this one. And I can understand the stitching down the middle because it's going to have weight. So I do understand that. Now I will stitch down that middle. Alright. I like that one much better. Just wondering if I should redo this one. I think maybe it just needs a good press. Yeah. All right. Sleeve head. So to do the top of the sleeve, I need, so I'm using cotton batting. You know, you use wool. I don't know if this has a grain, but you need a bias strip. So let's, I don't know. I don't know if there's a bias to this cotton batting. I don't think there is. The heck am I doing? I don't think there is, but that didn't work. But I can still see some of it. So if you were making a coat and you needed to get your sleeve cap ready, cotton batting would not be the go-to. Oh, that was hard to cut. All right, now, all right, prepare the sleeve head. Prepare the sleeve head. Piece A with 2 seam inside the seam allowance. Okay, hold on. I gotta find out when to put the batting in. First seam's open. So I do not see that in the instructions, but I did see this in her video. See? Yeah, even in the cutting instructions, it's not there. But I saw her do it, so I'm gonna do it. Alright, so first I'm going to put this, I'm gonna sew this on. I'm catching it. Going down to this notch. There. Just going to add some thickness so you can get like this round, you know, this little hoop right there. So now I'm taking, this is the one here. All right, I'm not going to be the rusher, Shawnee's Russian. I'm going to go ahead and sew this one on right along the edge. Okay, so that's what the outside's going to look like. I don't know if you can see with that little that batting that I sewn to the top. So it would be like if you were making a jacket, you would want to use some wool for that, because it just gives it gives this nice little roundness to this. Okay, so now I'm going to stick that in there and bring this all back together. I always tell my students, right sides together, regardless of how many layers. Some right side is facing something. All right, now that I have that there, let me get this all lined up. Okay. Sure, my needle's always down. Hold my seam open, trying to minimize all this bulk, because it's a lot of bulk. It's a lot of bulk. I think for the when I do the other sleeve head, I'll move the camera, give you a different angle if you're interested in seeing kind of like what my hand's going under here. I'm being violent. That's what I call. I'm like, sometimes you gotta be violent with this fabric. You gotta handle it. Just making sure my seams are open. Come on. There we go. Woo! All right. All right, let's see see the results. Please let it turn out right. Okay. I see you, truthfully. There it is. And so this is the tab. I guess I'll pin this on. I don't know if I want to put a snap, because I think a snap is going to add like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, pin. She has a pin. Oh, there it is. Ah, how did this get open? So now I'm going to, so I got to open it back up, because I got a hole right here, but I need to open up, so which way is this? Oh, good Lord. This is the left arm. So I need to fix this hole right here. And then I'm going to open up. Oh, you know what? No, I'm just going to open this up, but I need to secure it because I need to put the cap on here. And then I'm going to stick all the batting in here. Okay. So to do that, I need to open this now anyway. I don't know what I was thinking of that I didn't. So this is where I'm going to, all right. So now I'm going to pull this through here. I'm going to press this seam open so I can get this nice and flat. I'm going to sew the small circle onto this end. I'm dancing because I'm so excited. Let me press both these seams open. Oh, where's the batting? 1 and 2. Oh, who's here? Hello. hello. Kathy, Nancy, Susie, Mount. I'm like, I don't want to mess up nobody's name. So here is the arm, the dress form arm. So this is a mold of my arm. And I made this, make sure that it worked, and it did. But this is going to serve this is going to help me with my sloper. So this is going to be the arm for my dress form. My actual arm here is I'm going to use the pattern, and I'm going to open this up because I need to open this up and lie it flat so that when it's flat, it looks like this, but for me, for my sloper, not my arm. I got it. There's two things going on: sloper thingy and arm thingy. Okay, so I have the batting ready. Let me make sure I'm in. Make sure I'm in here. So I can't see my phone while I'm sewing, but every now and then I do stand up and pop in there to see if there's a message. Okay, so I have, how many notches were there on this little circle? I don't remember. Ding, ding, ding. 1, 2. There's 2. 1, 2. All right, I see them. So I'm taking it that one notch goes with one seam. And the other notch goes with the other seam. Okay, there is no way that I'm going to possibly be able to get this underneath the sewing machine without killing my fingers. So I'm going to baste it. I only need one strand. All right, so one strand's not working. Let me get my basting. Let's get, I'll just get some cone, get a cone. Serger thread is on the light side too. Man, I can't see. Get in there. Nope. Let's just. Then I gotta rip that color out. I don't want to. All right. I want to make sure that my seam is open. Okay. So then I'm going to match up this other knot. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know what that is that my throat is doing. It's like I go to talk and it's like my throat wants to like reset itself or something. I'm just like, all right, what's that am I on? So I'm just doing this by hand, then I can put it underneath my sewing machine and I don't have to worry about trying to sew straight and keep the ends together. Ah, stop it! This is a tight circle and I want my seam to be you gotta be careful when you're using needle and thread with thick fabric because the eye of the needle will go through your finger. When you're applying force to a needle or any object, it's got a point. It's going to go through the path. It's going to pierce the path with resistance, and sometimes it is your skin. I have had this end of the needle go into my fingers several times. Wearing a thimble would prevent that. But then that means I gotta go get it and use it properly. Oh, my arm. Make sure I'm getting all this. I'm so excited for this. Oh, I better not run. Let me make sure that all of this matches. Oh, put some pins in here. I am running into an issue where my little circle is bigger. What did I do? What is going on? Why? So I have more on the circle than I do on the sleeve. I wonder, could it be the seam allowance? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Come on. All right. So there is a discrepancy. And get in there. So I'm going to undo. I'm going to do these stitches that I put in and see if I can find it. no, I'm not going to be able to find it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try something here. I want to fill out this area with batting just to get an idea of what's really going on here. So this is making me believe that the heck is going on. Take this off. That's how it's supposed to go on, just like that. But that's not what I'm getting. It's not giving me. I've got my darts, I got my notches matched up like that. So I did something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with what I got. I don't know if it's supposed to like bow out. Yeah. Bear with me. This, what I'm doing, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. It is working. It's working for me. It is giving. Let's use pins. I call pins little helping hands. So I need them to hold that on there for me just like that, because that's how I'm gonna sew it on there. One more tie. My gosh. Okay, so here we go. Have my little, and so I'm going to sew. I'm sewing where it is meeting, and then that is where I'm going to stitch, because something happened along the way. Something happened along the way. All right, that's Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. See this discrepancy? That's my clean way of saying I effed something up. It's a discrepancy. This is working for me. What do you think? This is so working for me. Oh, my hands are dry. I got a new nail appointment. I gotta tell girl, we gotta thin these out and make them shorter. I needed them cute for my trip to Vegas, but now I'm back. Now I need to be able to work. Ooh, I freaking put a tuck in there. Felt it. Something happened along the way. Okay. Ooh, ooh. All right. Whew. Went all the way around. So, which means that there's some extra on here. I'm going to cut this off because I don't want to see. Okay, I can work with that. I'll leave that there. Take out this batting because I don't want it to get sewn. Probably already sewn into the sleeves. So now I got this little section right here. Go, 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 go. I'm caught in something. I'm almost at the end. I got caught on something. Oh, it's my thread here. Put my needle down. I've got my presser foot. Get that nice and flat. Okay, I think I made it to the end. All right, let's poke it out. Let's see how I did. I gotta get out this basting thread. Oh. I was gonna leave it in there. Let me take it out because it's gonna. Or maybe I could smooth it out this way. I'm gonna stitch that again. I don't like what's going on in here. Take out this basting thread that's all in my way. I don't need it anymore. Because it's going, I can see it on the outside. This thread is pink, but it's not looking pink when I'm here. Okay. There we go. One more time. Let's get smoothed out. Always making sure what you're about to stitch is smooth as you can possibly get it. Turn. Okay. Woo! Much better. Got some basting thread sticking out here. Okay. Now it's time to stuff. That there is some basting thread right here. Let me get that out. Or here. I guess basting thread right here. Then I'll just get some tweezers to pull out the basting thread that's here. Okay. Definitely going to have to shower after dealing with this stuff. Just, do you see it forming? I think it'll be okay. It'll work. It's going to work. Is that too much? I think that should be enough. I don't want to put a lipoma in there. Lipoma? Yeah. So when that gets sewn up, what do y'all think? Ooh, I think it's saying. I just feel like there might be a little bit too much here in the bicep. So now I can look at that. So it got some tucks right here, sewing it around. Okay. Just kind of massage. Break up some of this. So my arm, and I think this is good. Okay, so I'm going to do the last one. So now I'm going to move the camera over to give you a view of ow, of the actual sewing. Let's get right in there. Hold on, let me get my positioning. Oh, okay. Okay. Does that work? I'm trying to see. Trying to get it like right where I am, but without getting in my way. Okay, so we got one arm done. Now I gotta do the other. If I can find it. Here she is. So just as with the sleeve cap, so I'm gonna just using this cotton batting just to create some of that fullness. Am I too? Okay. 4 thumbs up. Yay! Thank you. So I'm going to go from here to here. Okay, so that is the this is the inside of the sleeve. It's going to cause that nice curvature right there. I really wish I didn't use that blue tracing ink, but I did. All right, so next is the triangle, and I'm going to go give this one more press. So right sides together. There's the middle right here. I'm going to align that with my green line right here. I'm going to give it a little pin. And then I'm going to go around here. So I'm starting right here. I'm going to put another pin in there. I felt my arm starting to ache a little with that angling, that position. It's crazy how our muscles, our tendons, and how everything moves. You just take it for granted, but now I'm seeing that there are certain things that I do with my arm that causes my arm to hurt. My son said it took, because he's a weightlifter. He said it took a year for his to stop hurting, but he was still lifting all those weights. I try to take it easy. I'm not crocheting, that's for sure. Because apparently my form is crappy. I gotta. What I was doing was here it goes. Now it's one there. Let's zoom out some. So that's like this is the shoulder area. Oh, look at that. See that? It's the whole section. Not good, not good, not good, not good. And that is why we check our seams before moving on. Okay. I think I need to take this. I think I need to take this off. I need to get that. It's a little uneven. So when I look at it under here, yeah, this is that first one that I did. I don't know if you were here. And I'm like, I don't know why I did that top stitching. I didn't like it. So I don't like this one. I do not like this one at all. So I'm going to do another one. Oh, I'm looking for scraps. Gotta make sure I get it on the grain. That'll work. Since I don't have my rotary cutter, I'll just trace this off real quick. Not leaving any more. I just grabbed my bolt and I'm just going to get this edge lined up here, just like that. I'm going to put a pin, keep my fabric from shifting. I'm just going to trace this. Ooh, my arm is at a weird angle here. As long as it's not making my arm, doesn't hurt though. I have my piece. So she had sew one side, do some top stitch, turn the right side out, press it. I'm just going to sew the V together from one side to another. going to put a pin in here so that it doesn't get destroyed. Ah, I'm moving. Okay. That. I'm glad I did that. I used to just be like, oh man, I can't redo it. I'm making a video. And then what happened is I make lots of videos, but then a mistake happens, and then I don't want to, in the process of editing it, it becomes too much. Then I don't want to do it anymore. Okay. So there is our new triangle. I'm going to go ahead and get this seam pressed and back to the table. And here is the freshly pressed seam. So now I am going to stitch right down the middle here. I'm going to lock my stitch and just stitch it straight down to the bottom. There we go. I ran out of bobbin. Just like that. All right, well, that's what I got to do. So I got to move this out the way. Yeah, I need to finish my training for cleaning the machines because I'm looking in there. It's a whole hot mess. It is a mess. And that is just what I have been doing over the past, what am I doing? Over the past couple weeks, making this. No, I was doing some canvas backs too. Let me not tell falsehoods. Oh, I didn't see this coming. I did not see that coming. Jeez. So I got to order. I'm running out of colors. I'm low. So that's probably what I should do. Sewing goal for the weekday. I have 2 sewing classes. But in between that, I need to place an order because my thread colors are low. I'm just looking up at my wall. I'm low. Like, I don't even. just trying to think of what colors. It just looks low. Like I see like one purple, two kinds of purple. I don't see no white. Well, I shouldn't be buying, well, you never know, because sometimes I do alterations, so I do need different colors. I gotta check my other case where I have my thread. Oh, what happened to the oh, there it goes. And okay. And we're back. Okay, so what was I doing? So, right, this is the one I'm not using. This is the one I am using. So now, so I don't get nervous about this bottom, I'm going to just stitch this closed. Because it's not perfectly even at the bottom. I don't want no problems. Oh, too much. Oh. Okay. So now it goes back to putting the sleeve on here. So this will be my back. I'm going all the way to the front. Okay. I'm just going to stitch it right along the edge. Smooth everything out. Oh, look at that. Not good at all. Okay, so I'm not going to fuss with it, but I definitely don't want to be looking at those stitches. See how I stitched that together? I know me so well, but I'm hoping that this is going to close it up. So I have a notch here, my double notch here. So turn this right side, wrong side out, inside out, wrong side out. So I'm hoping that closing, when I add this, that it's going to sew all. Yeah, it should be, because I was sewing right along the seam. All right, I'm good. I know what's going on here. All right, first double notches. Look at that. Right here. All right, let's Those are the double notches. Am I? Hold up. Double notches. Not it? Yeah. I forgot to put my notches in here. There's a single notch right here. And a double notch right here. Okay. Double notch right here at the bottom. Okay. Oh, it's almost. Single notch. That's going to give me some extra. I think my seam allowance of sewing, I think that is what was off. Where's that other single notch? So I'm just going to sew this on to fit. I'm just going to make it fit. Because it'll be who knows when if I will ever, well, I will do it again eventually, but not anytime soon. So I don't. I'm just laying this out. Laying this out nice and smooth because I didn't get that. I didn't pay attention to the smoothness with the first one. I'm gonna hold it down like a living, giving lessons in physics. Is that how she says it? I'm gonna hold it down. Now I'm going around this corner, opening up the seam. My clips are in my car. I need to get some. I need to have clips for my personal sewing, and then separate clips for my classes. Because what happens is sometimes I just pack stuff when it's time to go to a class. I pack up some of my stuff, and then I forget it in the car. Because I do not unpack all my sewing machines that I travel with for the classes. They stay in my car. Guess I shouldn't say that. I want nobody coming and trying to scoop my sewing machines. Oh, ow! Okay. Wait. Oh, snap. I sewed this one all wrong. That's why all those tucks are... Hold on, let me see this. Let's see. Ah! Unthreaded. Album, just like that. Trying. This is where I need my... Because I need my tweezers. Oops, sorry. Back up some. Oh, something went. Something. There it goes. See, I felt something. First thing I do is I touch my thread and it's really, really tight. So what happened is it got caught up in here. So it wasn't turning smoothly. So you sew long enough, you know when your machine does not, when it does not sound right. It was starting to, it's just making some weird like tit 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 sound. Let me smooth this out. There we go. I'm gonna stop here. Just want to make sure that this is smooth. All right, now I have to put that piece of I have to put this down, lay it flat. It wasn't flat. You know, I think I put that sleeve head on wrong on the other arm. I think it was supposed to go like look like arm's eye, which means it's supposed to look like an eye, and it's not. It's not. What the heck did I do? What? Oh, I got thread. What the heck? There's thread everywhere. I'm not even going. I'm going to leave it there. All right, and I also have to. I have to open this up. You want to seam ripper? Wait till I see. I know it. I'm not even gonna fix it right now. Seam ripper. All right, seam rippers here. Shove that in there. Pull it out. I ran out of thread. All right. So I must have, I got to reset my bobbin. So arms eye, not arms eye. This is up and down. This is how it was supposed to be. What the heck happened? I'm going to have to go through the video and find out what happened, because something happened along the way. And my machine, yep, this wasn't set proper. My bobbin. Bobbin in here acting up. Acting like it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. Come on, man. No, everything is off. What happened? It didn't make any stitches because everything was off. It looked like it was properly threaded, but it wasn't. What? Oh, see, this is, look, I'm going to stick with the live. I'm going to continue to go live, but these are the things that, these things just happen. And it's like, you know, when you're going to go live and, you know, you just want things to go, that's not it. You want things to go well. And when they don't, it's like, oh, egg on my face. But I don't know. I don't know, but something happened along the way. That must be my favorite word. Where I'm like, I don't think about those things anymore. Because mistakes happen. I don't care, you know, I've been sewing for almost probably, 10 years. And I still make mistakes. Big mistakes, especially when I get tired. That is the worst time to sew, is when you are tired. And here we go. So this is where I started before, and it wasn't creating any stitches. Here we go. Just making sure everything is nice and smooth underneath. There. Arms, I. ARMSYE, arms, I. I do not know what happened to girl over there, but we're going to fix it. Thank the gods for seam rippers. Okay. I'm trying to open it up. There. Okay. Y'all see the difference? You see the work? You see the work? What the heck was I doing? I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so on here, I need an opening. And I should have taken the stitches out when I was on the inside. So I'll make a little opening right here. There we go. And so then what the heck? How did I do this before? Oh, I pulled it through the hole. So the hole in the side, I pull this out. Instead of turning the whole sleeve inside out. Okay, so now I am going to get rid of all my thread tails here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my little buddy right here. And the needle, oh Lord, when needles disappear, and you don't know, I don't know where they are, don't want them to end up in my skin. And when I took that needle and thread and tossed it somewhere, and I don't remember where. Okay. So let's grab another one. This is a thicker needle. Hopefully it'll be okay. So I'm going to thread some needle and thread this. And I'm going to tie this, and I'm going to stick it right here in my shirt so I can find it. Okay. Now I got to get this onto here. So where's my notch? I got a notch right here, and I got another notch right here. One notch here. Where'd my other one go? Here we go. Notch. Look, I don't even know why I'm even bothering with the notch. Let me just look at the hole. No, I'm going to go the other way. This is like making a bolster pillow. Not one of my favorite things to make. Because it needs perfection. I don't know what happened when it comes to this part, why I don't have proper circle. I guess what I could have done is measured the circle of the seam and measure the circumference of the circle and then made adjustments, but why would I go the easy route when I can just make things difficult for myself? Okay. So I'm wondering what everyone is watching these days. I just watched the new Frankenstein movie last night. Very interesting. And I'm watching Gen V. I gotta get caught up on that. So I love the series on Netflix, All of Us Are Dead. And I thought I saw something about another season coming. And I thought it was coming soon, but I have not seen anything. But that is a show. That and Kingdom. Those are two of my favorite zombie-esque movies that I'm waiting for them to come back. I have been watching Fear the Walking Dead. So every now and then, it gets weird. And then, but after watching it, it's like, okay, this feels normal. But all the spin-offs from Walking Dead, like there's one where I don't know what Maggie and is it Maggie and Negan are like teaming up to do. Like I don't like they're in a city. It just felt weird. It just didn't feel like didn't feel like Walking Dead. What's going on my throat? Oh, maybe I need to take too much talking. but it felt weird. So trying to get this smooth all the way around to the best of my ability. But yeah, there's a there's a couple offshoots of The Walking Dead. But and then there's the spin-off or the prequel to Game of Thrones. Waiting for that new season to come out. Was it House of Dragons? I'm like really bad with names, but I love shows. I love shows where there's fantasy, I love dystopian, I love all zombie movies. I watched Evil Dead, the series, like twice. Because I'm like, did I watch that? I don't know if I watched it. Let me watch it. And then I'm like, yeah, I watched this. But I'll still watch it again. Good story. I'm on the outside. I'm on the inside. Just trying to make sure I don't get things tangled up. Because something happened along the way. Just trying to make sure I keep this opening. Or maybe it's supposed to bubble out. No, that can't be it. We're not going to do that. But yeah, something happened along the way here. I don't know what happened, but I don't have apples and apples. So I got like apples to pears. But we're going to make this work. I think I could go for some ice cream after dinner today. So this right here is going to be for my dress form. So whenever I am making something and it has a sleeve, I know I got arms. So I can put the arms on my, or even like when I'm getting into drafting, I haven't bought commercial pattern. I bought this pattern, but this is an independent pattern for dress form, but I haven't bought a actual garment pattern in a long time because Joann's is closed, so I can't go get them, look at them. Don't want to buy them online because I'm used to getting them on a cheap. All right, so here is the. Let me look on the ends. Let me just turn it right side out. Just take a peek before I get the sewing. Yeah, I don't want to get that messed up. Shouldn't have done that. So now I'm going to sew this one. I'm going to sew this one with the sleeve up so I can see it. Lift things up, put it down. So when I'm sewing, there are some things that I can muddle around, and I'm going to go around one more time, and some things require perfection. And this is one of those things that I feel like I can muddle around. Because this part of outside of gauging the length of a sleeve, because I wanted to go over this section right here. This part of this dress form, this arm, doesn't serve, as far as I know, doesn't serve a purpose. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at it. Yeah. Yep. So now I'm going to trim it and take out my basting stitches. Cutting backwards is crazy. Let me start over here. Okay. And I'll take out the basting stitches. And it looks crazy here. And it's not the project, it's me. When it's some areas, as I said, if it's not of real importance, I would just glaze over it, be like, whatever. But you don't want to do that when you're sewing your actual clothes. I wouldn't want to do this. I used to do this, just leave things in there and be like, whatever, don't care. But this is real sewing for me on these projects. Just trying to get this basting stitch. Okay. Let's get this out. I don't like this section right here. I can see stitches right here. I don't want this to bust open. No, I don't think it'll bust open. Not going to stress over something that's not important. So now sticking the batting in there. Trying to get the batting down there. It's not down there yet. Why? Why is this taking me? Why is this one so difficult? Oh my gosh. All right. I just want to get it because I don't want flimsy arms. I want there to be some structure to it, and I'm like having a hard time getting the batting to the bottom of this one sleeve. It's still not down there. All right, let me put my hand in there. There we go. Okay. think I might need another pillow form. Oh, 4 hour live. Who'd have thought? All right, now we're getting somewhere with this stuffing. Now I'm going to get it up into the other end. Almost. Oh, I think I'm running out of batting. Yep, ran out of batting. Let me get my bag. Here we go. So I have 2 arms, one with the arms eye on correctly and one with the arm wrong. So this one I'm going to redo because it's supposed to be like this. I mean, does it? I don't know if, well, let me look at it. Yeah, it's even making a difference. It's a difference in the shape that it will hang off. So see how this one is thicker up here and this one is skinnier. So I am going to take the batting out of this one and do it. But yeah, I'm so happy. Go ahead and get all this, get this dress form together. She over there looking like me, looking like a whole grown woman. Okay, thanks for watching. Replay viewers, first time visitors, thank you. This is Shawnice from Savvy Sewing with Shawnice. If you haven't already done, please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. My goal is to go live often, but you know, life happens sometimes. But I do thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Loves.